what steps do you go through, right, to actually make your business from going nowhere to actually start making money? And the answer to that, because most people don't do it, is to actually get feedback.
I am Kate Volman, and we are talking small business strategies, and I am so excited to be joined by one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Neil Patel. He is the co-founder of Crazy Egg, Kissmetrics, Hello Bar. He is one of the most influential people online, and he's also been recognized as one of the top 100 entrepreneurs by President Barack Obama. I could go on, but all you really need to know is that he's kind of a big deal. So, Neil, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
So, Neil, for small businesses that are watching, how important is web presence today, from just creating their website and then just having a web presence for the local small business, not the big guys that are trying to sell technology, but just the local guys?
It's very important, from the local coffee shop to the local pizzeria. It's very important, right? You can even be having plumbing services. By having a website, you'll get more business. Because nowadays, when people are looking for something, they're typing on their mobile devices saying, hey, plumber services in Miami, Florida, or wherever it may be, right? Or Boca Raton, Florida. Without having a website, you're not going to be found for all that stuff.
So, what are your thoughts on like landing pages versus like a full-on site? Like, I know some businesses get really excited because they're buying tons of domain names and they have all these different landing pages. Like, what are your thoughts on having a ton of different little microsites or landing pages versus just one website?
As a small business, I would actually just focus on one website. It doesn't have to have too many pages. It could just be a one-page site or a 2 or 3 page site, and then go from there. Make sure you're also submitting to all the localized directories, Yelp, City Search, right? Google Maps or Google Listings. By being in all those places, you'll do better over time.
And on someone's website, what are the metrics they should be looking at every month?
The metrics that they should be looking at is just overall traffic. So if it's going up, and it's going up from people within your region, so Google Analytics will show you where people are coming from. So assuming it's within your region and your traffic's going up, you're doing better and better as a small business. You should be, at least.
So what is, and I know you talk a lot about this on your blog, but what's a really quick way for some of these local businesses to start generating traffic, things that they might not be doing right now?
Go to getlisted.org. The domain may forward to somewhere else, but go to getlisted.org. It still works. And you can submit your business to all the localized places that can drive business to your small mom and pop shop.
Awesome. And you're really big in content marketing. I know that infographics, you're really big with infographics. You create amazing infographics, and you say that they've helped to drive a lot of traffic to your websites. So how important is visual content, and why should businesses consider this as part of their content marketing strategy?
Yeah, visual content is huge. If you can create something that explains something complex or lengthy in a short visual that helps people understand things more clearly, you'll do well.
So I feel like there's a lot of really great tools, and I actually read one of your blog posts where you actually showcased a lot of different tools that you can create your own visual content pretty easily, and I'll be sure to link that back here because it was a great post, as so many of yours are. But what I find that there's a lot of tools to create some of these pieces of content, but there's, like, how do you recommend people come up with the creative ideas? Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there saying, be creative and speak to your target audience, but like, how would you recommend even coming up with, how do you to be creative?
Type in keywords related to your industry, and they'll tell you the most popular topics within your industry. Then from there, you can be like, all right, can I actually create any visual piece of content based on these ideas? And then if you can, then great. You now have an idea that will resonate with people within your industry.
For those small business owners or wannabe entrepreneurs that are looking to kind of, that have an idea, what are some interesting ways to kind of test an idea online?
Just throw something up very minimally drive a bit of paid traffic through like Facebook or Twitter. It's not too expensive. You can spend like $20 and get some paid traffic, $50, and you'll see what happens.
So I know you get asked a ton of questions from business owners. So two things. One, what is the most frequently asked question you get? And two, what are people not asking you that you think they should be?
Yeah, so the first one was, what was the one I get asked most frequently?
Mm-hmm.
The first one is how do I start a business? And you start a business by just going out there. You can like register a domain from GoDaddy, set up hosting, pop up a site, and get started. There is no like trick saying you need to take these steps. You don't really know. What happens is you pop something up and you learn and you keep iterating, right? Because you get feedback. So, and then the next question is what people should be asking me that they don't ask me is what steps do you go through, right? To actually make your business from going nowhere to actually start making money. And the answer to that, because most people don't do it, is to actually get feedback. So you can get feedback through devices like Qualaroo, SurveyMonkey, looking at analytics, doing surveys. Without the surveying, you won't know how to adjust your business and keep iterating it, right? Because it's not about what you want; it's about what your customers want.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a marketing pet peeve, like when you see someone do something online that you're like, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Nah, I don't have a pet peeve like that.
No? So you're such an amazing thinker, Neil. I saw an interview with you, and you were talking about life hacking, and you've hacked dating and finding a driver with like really cost effective way because I know you're very frugal. And even you joked about having a mom, someone that comes in and does your cooking and cleaning and laundry. So for business owners, what suggestions do you give for people to kind of come up with unique, different ways of solving their challenges and problems?
Just be creative. So anytime you have a problem, think outside the box. Usually you're like, oh, well, I can't solve it because it's too expensive or it takes too much time. Those are the normal solutions that everyone looks at. What are the unique, creative solutions that you may not be thinking about, right? You have to change your mindset. And once you change your mindset and you start being more creative, and then if you can't come up with ideas, ask some friends on, hey, what are some creative approaches that I could be potentially using to solve X, Y, and Z problems? You'll then end up coming up with solutions that could potentially work.
What apps can you not live without?
I use Gmail a lot. I use Uber a lot. I use calendar apps. That's really it. I don't really use too many apps.
Yeah. What do you do for fun?
Watch TV, party, a lot of sports. I love basketball. Football, basketball's just over, right? But I love sports.
And what is the best advice that a mentor has given you?
Focus. I have this problem with ADD. I try to do too many things or too many ideas. And he's like, just focus on one that works and keep trying to grow it. And once you've plateaued and you can't grow it anymore, then expand.
I love that. There's so much content out there, especially when it comes to marketing on strategies and tactics that small business owners can use. So how do you stay focused especially with the business owner that's looking online and searching and they're seeing one company do this and one company do that and it's like they're pulling their hair out not knowing which direction to go. Like how do you suggest they stay focused on something that's actually going to move their business forward and not feel so overwhelmed?
Just ignore everything. If what you're mainly doing is growing and it's still working, then ignore all the other ideas that you may have. Because there's not enough time in the day. Just focus on what's already working.
And you love to work. I know. What do you love best about what you do?
It's fun. I really am passionate about marketing. And it's like, if you don't really love what you're doing, you're going to end up quitting. But if you do love what you're doing, not only will you do it longer, more hours, but you won't quit. And time is what really can help you succeed. Me, a ton of other people, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, the Elon Musk, they're way more successful than I am. But if you look at everyone, it's not like we came out of, day one out of the gates and were successful. We all went through struggles. But time is what helps us become more successful because you learn from your mistakes and you learn what not to do.
Awesome. Well, Neil, you are amazing, and I love every one of your posts. I just like store them away. The infographics you create, the content you create, just you help so many people, and I love telling everyone about you and making them go and check out your content. So thank you for all that you do for small businesses out there. You're just awesome. I just adore you. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I very much appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.